Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of the Money Man. Now, I'm just going to show you the latest addition to my money collection, and it is a commemorative paper note that was actually released this year. And you can see it was produced by the Bank of Mexico, and it is a 100 peso note. And this is actually legal tender, currently in circulation now. Within Mexico, of course. And if you look at it, it's quite fitting that it's a 100 peso note, because this note actually commemorates the centenary of the Mexican Constitution. And that's why you've got the year 1917 here. And then if I tip it up to the light, apologies for the reflection there, you can just see 2017 right here. So this note, obviously, like I said, was produced to commemorate 100 years of the Mexican Constitution. And I'll explain very briefly what the images on the front and the reverse are. So, the bearded man here is actually a man called Venustiano Carranza. Apologies to any Mexicans out there if I just butchered the pronunciation of his name. But he was actually the leader of the constitutional reformist faction that was actually victorious in the Mexican Revolution of 1910. So it took them 7 years to really get their feet on the ground and start establishing a constitution. And here you can actually see him stood next to a man called Luis Manuel Rojas, and basically he was putting his case to the Mexican Congress for constitutional reform and the implementation of it. And then if we look on the back, what we have here is the Mexican Congress, and you've got all the congressmen swearing fealty to the new constitution. So this is the real moment of change in Mexico's history, where its new revised constitution was implemented. And it did make some news at the time, because there were actually some other countries that followed the Mexican constitution or used it as inspiration. And I'm thinking of the Weimar Republic, in Germany. They used this new Mexican constitution a couple years later as a framework for their own, as did the Russians a couple years later when they also sort of rewrote their own constitution. So this event did make waves around the world. So I think this is a fantastic note. I have something for burgundy. I don't know what it is, but I love notes that are sort of gold and burgundy in colour, and obviously this is both, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. And I think this is a worthwhile investment, because obviously with the fact that it's legal tender, a lot of people take it for granted. It will get circulated. You know, the copies will deteriorate in quality, and then I'll have my nice sort of uncirculated copies, as many other collectors will as well, and I'll be ready to sell them when the time is right. And as you can see, I've actually got 2 copies of this paper note, and I'll just show you the reverse one more time. But I think it's absolutely beautiful, so kudos to the designers of this paper note. Normally I'm not really too interested in Mexican currency. It just doesn't appeal to me in terms of its design and its colour scheme, and it doesn't really command much of a price in the collector's market, but I think this might be an exception. They've really done a great job on this. So that's my video for today. I hope you've enjoyed this. I will continue to do these paper note features on my channel. If you like what you see, please do subscribe and share my content. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would love to see you guys again soon. That's the Money Man signing out for now. Bye bye.